What's up, YouTube? My name is Choctopus, checking in with another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video. 9 days, people. We are 9 days away from release. We're in the single digits, and I'm hyped, if you couldn't tell. And if you're hyped, hit that thumbs up button right now. And if you're new to the channel and you like Smash and Nintendo and other gaming content, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and we're on pace to do it, so thank you to everyone who has shown support by watching a video or sharing it with your friends or hitting the thumbs up button or subscribing. Thank you so much for your interactions. I really appreciate it, and let's get to 10K. So today's video is going to be about content that didn't quite make it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because we lost it along the way with all the games that have come out in the series, or maybe it's been cut specifically from the Wii U version going into Smash Ultimate. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I am by no means ungrateful for Sakurai and his team and Nintendo for the amount of content and just general things that they put into Ultimate. I'm very excited, but there are 7 modes in particular that I wanted to talk about. 7 modes that along the way throughout the Smash series I really loved, and unfortunately they didn't make the cut for Ultimate. Now, I do realize that there are more than 7 features or modes that we have lost along the way, but feel free to drop your favorite mode or feature in the comments section below that is no longer available or did not make it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, we did get a lot of great upgrades to previous modes. We did get Adventure Mode in Melee. We did get Subspace Emissary in Brawl. We now have World of Light, which is the single-player campaign, and it looks really epic. But moving on to talk about the 7, the first of which was introduced for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and then returned for the Wii U, we have the Stage Builder. The Stage Builder was one of my favorite modes that, at the time, I took for granted, because it really got those creative juices flowing, and having the option to build your own stages sometimes broke up the monotony of the game years into its lifetime, and really allowed you to just kind of be silly or create some cool levels with friends. And the mode, like I said, was introduced for Brawl, and it made a return for the Wii U with the ability to draw stages with the stylus on the gamepad, which was really a game changer because you were able to create levels a lot quicker. Now, the cool thing was you could create a stage of any size. You could have a small, a medium, a large level. You could have one flat platform. You could scatter platforms all over the place. You could have hazards every which way. You could trap yourselves in a box of lava. I mean, I do think there were, I don't want to say endless possibilities, but there was a lot to do, and it was a lot of fun to be able to build and trade levels and play other people's levels, and especially with friends. Unfortunately, the Stage Builder did not make it into Ultimate, but take a look at all of the other things that Sakurai and his team have added to the game, so it only makes sense that some things were not going to make the cut. The next one was a bonus level, one of 2 bonus levels in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and it was Board the Platforms. Now, some of you might be shaking your head at me right now, but Board the Platforms was exactly what it sounded like for those of you who may be unfamiliar. You were boarding platforms. It was a bonus level where you had to stand on platforms and light them up. Now, this was the test of mobility with each character, and you had to utilize their moveset to maneuver across the stage to touch every platform, and you know what? It was damn entertaining. Piggybacking on top of that, we had Break the Targets, which was another bonus game in Super Smash Bros. Melee, where you were required to break targets. Break the targets and board the platforms are very literal. That's exactly what you had to do. And in some cases, you had to complete all of them to unlock characters. I think Mr. Game & Watch, you had to do all of the Break the Target levels with 25 or 26 characters to get Mr. Game & Watch. So it was really a test of time and how quick you could maneuver and break these targets, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. And I missed the announcer, break the targets, board the platforms. Okay, you get the idea. The next one, and this one really hurts, I will miss you most of all, Scarecrow, the Home Run Contest. The Home Run Contest was cut from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was the best time waster ever. I think the first one we got was in Melee, and then we had it all the way up until Wii U. but Brawl added the feature where you were able to pair up with a friend and cooperate and compete, and I think you were actually able to do it online. There might have been some kind of leaderboard, I don't really recall, but essentially the mode was you would beat the hell out of the iconic sandbag, you know, either with or without the home run bat, and then you would try to launch it as far as you can. Now, there were some achievements that you could get depending on how far you launched it, but the real fun, personally, was being creative and seeing how much damage you can do with or without the bat. There actually stands a world record for the sandbag. I don't know the name of the person who holds it, but it's somewhere like 19,000 feet or some crazy number. Which means that there are people out there who really enjoyed this mode and are going to miss it when Ultimate releases and they realize that it's not in the game. I'm going to roll trophies and stickers into one. We're not necessarily losing the idea because Spirits is going to be replacing them, and it is a more engaging way to collect trophies because now you can use Spirits to power up your characters and create these unique battles, you know, with characters that maybe didn't make it onto the roster, but they somehow wanted to include them in the game. But I'll definitely miss throwing coins into a gashapon machine or some form of gambling to collect trophies that I would then display in the trophy room to ultimately get that useless notification that says you have collected every trophy. There was something just so satisfying about it, and then spending hours scrolling through the bios of each trophy and reading about them, but I guess that's what Wikipedia and the internet is for now. The next feature is custom moves. Now, I do admit that this is another mode that I underappreciated, and we only really got for Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS. It did add some nice variation to the mix. Essentially, every character, minus the DLC characters, had the ability to unlock 8 custom moves that you could then equip to characters and kind of open doors for variations to have some fun battles and mess around with friends. Now, these weren't viable in competitive play, but like I said, it was more casual and it was very fun to create these. They're not unique characters, but being able to mix up movesets for characters. For example, Mario had a bigger fireball, or he had a faster fireball, and it was fun to see what your friend would then build and then play against them. Now, I see why something like this has been cut. You know, you got to take the massive roster into consideration because then they would have to develop custom moves for each character, and then, you know, it might have unique animations, and it would just take forever to do. It didn't make sense. I mean, I feel like the mode in itself, or the feature in itself, probably wasn't that popular. It was something that they threw into Smash 4, and maybe it didn't get the reception that they wanted. The next and last mode, and this is one that hits home for me because I really enjoyed coin battles. Now, coin battles have been removed from Smash Ultimate, at least I'm 99% sure. If you know, let me know in the comment section below, but I haven't seen anything about them in any direct or any news or any blog post that has been on the official website, so it's safe to say that coin battles are gone. Now, this is another mode that I used to play all the time with friends. It was just fun beating the hell out of each other and seeing who collect the most coins. You know, it was another mode that really mixed things up from the standard stock or time or stamina. And while I'm not quite sure why Coin Battle was cut from Ultimate, I do think that it's possible, maybe with some kind of update, to bring it back. I know Nintendo has been showing a lot of support ongoing for games that they have released and adding new modes and DLC. I mean, look at ARMS. ARMS got all kinds of new content post-release. I'm hoping Super Mario Party gets some new content, but who's to say that Coin Battle couldn't come back in some form of free DLC, and maybe just for the time being, they weren't able to do it in the time frame that was needed to get Ultimate on shelves for the holiday season. But just wrapping it up, over the years and throughout the series, we've seen a lot of modes come and go. We've seen a lot of features come and go. I'm sure that there are going to be some things in Ultimate that, you know, maybe 10 years down the line or whenever the next, if there is a next Smash Brothers, you know, I'm sure there's modes and features that are going to be cut. But let me know in the comment section what your favorite cut feature or mode was. That's all we got for this video. If you liked it, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Like I said, we're trying to get to 10,000 subs. I'm going to be streaming this game a lot, so also feel free to check me out on Twitch as well. There's a lot of links in the description below if you want to go click around. I have a Discord channel, I have social media links in there. There's some other content down there if you want to go check that out. But thanks for watching, and have an awesome day. Peace.